Okay, so it's like 3:14. I just want to come back with another video. I'm going to put my phone down, and I know this is not anything to really look at, but I'm just going to talk while I'm making this video because I'm kicking back on my bed. I'm kind of like tuckered out. I really didn't sleep very well last night. I was just agitated. I feel as though, this whole issue, I know it sounds like a broken record, but really it does bother me. It bothers me a lot. But I was thinking this morning, because I get up now, I'm trying to look for work every day. And the thing is that, in like the last few weeks, I would just do it every other day or maybe once a week. And the reason why I was doing that is because, I don't like dealing with the situation and the trauma that it kind of brings up. But anyway, I was thinking how, see, the people who got involved in this, and I know how widespread this is. This is like, when you're dealing with human trafficking or whatever, you get people who still kind of hate you a little bit. So when you look at these job ads, you'll see certain things where they're trying to somehow force their shit down your throat. Now, mind you, I am not rebelling in any way. This has nothing to do with it. But like, for example, I saw one ad. I only applied to this job because I have to meet my quota, really. But anyway, I applied to this job where they're basically saying that I, of course, pass a drug test. Okay, if I have to stop smoking weed, that's a reasonable request. I will say, though, that because when it comes to workers' comp, like, clerical positions generally are the least likely to have, like, a lot of high risk. But that's up to the employer. Some employers don't care, some do. Okay, so it's up to them. Okay, but it is legal here in California. That's up to the employer, okay? But I'll see things like a physical screening. I will never take a physical screening, and I'll tell you why. Once you're dealing with gang stalking, you don't accept, I don't like the idea of medical attention because I know I've dealt with perps in the past. I don't trust these people, okay? I'm sorry, because we're talking about people who want to take out revenge on you and everything else. I don't do those. So I know that there's sometimes like there's job postings to where it's like purposely trying to exclude me. And I know that they wanted to create other limitations for me because they kind of want to take jabs at me. And it's about abusing me, even though I didn't have anything to do with this. Some people feel competitive. I'm not interested in competing. I'm interested in going back to work. Okay. Of course, I'm going to express anger about somebody imposing their religion on me. Of course, I'm going to get angry when somebody accuses me of trying to mess with their husband when I don't even know this person. Of course, I'm going to get upset. I have the reasons why I was upset were completely normal. I have every right to be and have every right to express myself, as seeing as how I had to deal with so much. Okay, fine. I want to move on from that. Okay. But when I see stupid ads like that, and I'm not saying it because I understand that the purpose of it is to somehow still take a dig at somebody who didn't deserve it in the first place. I will not accept a job where, I have to sit here and do things that are against, or here's the thing. There are certain things that employers can request. They can say, I would prefer people who work here not smoke marijuana. They have the right to do that. They do. That's their choice, okay? But marijuana is legal, so it's up to the employer. Like I said, clerical positions generally are very low risk, but still, it's up to them. But there's certain things I won't do, okay? Mainly because it's going to affect my need to feel protected, and dealing with what I dealt with, and especially the issues behind it. We were talking about bringing in ex people, which I'm not associated with anymore. I'm talking about my ex-husband and my son's father, my son's father, all these people that I will never trust. The trust is gone. So I wouldn't even want to be associated. So or it could be somebody like my ex-blood relations or something that, still wants to, I'm not interested in taking a jab. All I want to do is have a fresh start, which I deserve. You know what I mean? I deserve that. There's like this, some people, like, for example, this collective group, there's certain members, okay, that I call them little Rumpelstiltskins. And if anybody, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Rumpelstiltskin. I'm sure people my age and older are familiar with that. It's an old fairy tale. I suggest you look it up and maybe share it with your kids this Friday at 7 p.m. The reason why 7 p.m., and that's usually when after people have their dinner, they're settling in for their families and stuff like they can watch it. It's a cute story. And it's a good lesson. Fairy tales from the past were actually examples for children to follow about. In this particular story, this lady needs to spin, straw into gold, right? So she meets this little character, okay, and he says, "Hey, I'll go ahead and change this straw into gold." Now, in some stories, it's bricks, okay, but I remember it as straw, and he creates the gold. The thing is that he says, "I need you to make a deal with me," and the deal, of course, was her firstborn. Now, like most people when you're young, you make promises that you don't really realize have a huge impact on the rest of your life. So when Rumpelstiltskin comes back for her kid, she realizes that's not a sacrifice that's worth anything. Of course, she ends up destroying Rumpelstiltskin, okay? But the point is that, sometimes when you have people who choose your jobs for you, they want you to sacrifice yourself. When there are reason why there are laws put in place is to protect the rights so that they do not have to be demeaned and have it working under conditions that are very similar to slavery. Okay? Like, this person making a big deal out of my hair, that is because of my right. Anything that infringes or against your right, okay, your personal rights to do, is illegal. Okay? Somebody telling me how to wear my hair, that's against my personal rights. Like, for example, we have laws written into employment, and then we also have training about, family rights, right? Like, you're not supposed to control somebody's marriage, because that impacts me. That affects my ability to either get away from my spouse, either, whatever, protect myself or whatever. I have the right to move on. I have the right to not get married. I have the right to marry or whatever. I'm not going to, but that's my point. My point is that you guys have literally thrashed my rights. And for people who don't like you, they always want to make Rumpelstiltskin deals with you. Or they feel as though you do not ask me to sacrifice. It's not like I'm supposed to give something to get something. That's illegal. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's nothing wrong if an employer says, "Hey, we want to have a physical for that." That's their choice. I don't know why, unless, of course, I'm lifting something. That sort of thing. But no, I don't. I avoid those jobs like the plague. And I think this person who might have created this job wreck probably knows that. It's like somebody who wants to take a jab at you just because they want to do. I'm not into taking tabs. I literally want to move on with my life. And also, I like to say that, some people think because I know so much that I'm gloating or something. I'm going to tell you what, I don't gloat. It's like when somebody's hurting you and they're constantly hitting on you and they're doing all these things to harm you, you're just trying to push them and get them away. And some people, I'm not pushing them and getting them away and then trying to get accolades and taking a bow and wanting acknowledgement for that. What I'm doing is I'm trying to push you guys away, and then in the nighttime, I'm sitting here huddled up in a corner, terrified out of my life for my life, because I think the mistakes that you've made have been so foolish that you put my life in jeopardy, and I don't appreciate it. Okay? It's not about me trying to one-up somebody. It's about me not leaving this earth any earlier than I have to, because you guys have really damaged my health. I will tell you that. I literally have, I get exhausted, I get depressed. The depression, you cannot have that much muscle tension, stress in your body for that long period of time without that affecting you. Okay? It's wrong. Now, I think you guys, if you guys have that Rumpelstiltskin type mentality, I want you should be satisfied by everything that you've already done. Okay, you've taken everything out of my life. Everything that you had no right to. Karen and I believe Steve Murray, intermingled my work, gave rights to certain people to have so-called rights over me. That's human trafficking right there. The marriage thing, all of those things. And I'm not trying to bring it up, okay? But I need to be very clear, because I am trying to face my future, and you have put me in a situation where I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I understand you guys make all the rules and you guys do things, but I am not in any way deserving of the sort of things that you guys try to impose on me. Just like when I was like, somebody was talking about me walking and I would get all this stuff. Look, a woman has the right to do what she wants to with her body. Now, if you were sitting here spying on me for thinking that, oh, she's cheating on her husband. I don't have a husband. I don't have a husband. It's those little things. You know what I mean? And maybe they think, well, she's got to do something for me to help her get a job. No, legally, no, I don't. The exchange is that you refer. If you think, and really at this point, you guys should have I don't know. I mean, I really don't like working with this network, but I will tell you right now, it's like, I deserve compensation based on everything that's happened to me. Everything. Okay? But I don't deserve the shit that I don't deserve. I don't want to hear it, see it, linger anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you should be satisfied with all the emotional problems you've caused, all the destructive and the broken damage that you've caused. The psychological distress. Is that not enough for these demonic people? Seriously, is it not enough? And it's not me arguing. It's me putting shit in place where it belongs. Because if somebody throws out negativity towards you, there's going to be that imbalance. And the only way it can get balanced is it gets thrown right back at that person and put it into it. It's called justice. You see what I'm saying? So, no. I would not want to. At the point of me working right now, I don't know what I'm doing in my life right now because, obviously we have this a quote unquote hierarchy that, insist on being a part of my life regardless of what I don't care about. But anyway, they exist, right? And, I'm not happy to be associated with these people, like I said before. But I understand how that works. But this is not about me arguing. It's about me putting things straight. You've caused me to, for example, so much negative things happen to me because of this issue. All because of this issue. And it's like, for somebody to ask me to do one thing out of my range of convenience, seriously, is like a slap in the face, or somebody who wants to literally have has the worst interest, or does not have me and have it for my best interest. You see what I'm saying? I am not interested, and don't try to impose your will on me just because you are angry with me being right. I didn't ask to be brought into this. I can't see the people who did this to me go to jail. I can't do, there's so many things that you have done to me. Can't you demonic people be satisfied with what you've already done? Okay? I deserve millions of dollars. That is not a joke. Based on what you guys did on the law, I deserve billions, actually, of dollars. My mental health is worth more than anything in this world. And how would you like to wake up every day traumatized? Is that not enough? Please, for God's sake, be satisfied.